My name's Bas, Chapscapes on YouTube, and in this video I'll be going over the nitrogen cycle. What exactly is it? What is aerobic and anaerobic? And do you need it, or can you just put your fish in straight away from the start? I hope you stick around to learn everything about the nitrogen cycle. So, let's start with the basics. The nitrogen cycle is an ordered set of reactions in which all components contain nitrogen. Nitrogen, and in the periodic table, is extremely important for life. It is a key component in proteins and amino acids. Just nitrogen, however, is a gas, which comprises almost 80% of our atmosphere. That means that the air you and I breathe in is for the most part just nitrogen gas. Now, most animals or organisms don't take up nitrogen in its gas form. They take it up through proteins. Let's take your fish for example. You can feed your fish flakes or pellets, and in that way the fish, they take up the nitrogen in protein form. Not all nitrogen can be taken up to build muscle, for example. So fish, they excrete nitrogen containing components as well. This is in the form of ammonium. And now ammonium is extremely toxic for fish and shrimp, so that's why we don't want that. Now this is where the nitrogen cycle comes in, because luckily nature has found a way in which ammonium is converted into the much less toxic nitrate. This process is called nitrification. And this process of nitrification is exactly why we need to cycle our tanks. The microorganisms that are responsible for this process are not yet present in your aquarium where you're just starting it up. Without these microorganisms, you will not have any nitrification, which means that your fish will likely die from ammonium poisoning. So always cycle your tank responsibly. Okay, so we've stated that the process of nitrification starts with ammonium. It does not go straight away into nitrate, however. There's an extra step in the middle in which ammonium is converted into nitrite. Now, nitrite is less toxic than ammonium, but still you don't want a lot because it will harm your fish and your shrimp. Also good to know that plants don't take up nitrite, so we can either remove nitrate through water changes, or we can let nature unfold its magical plan and allow for the next reaction to take place. And this is the step where nitrite is converted into nitrate. Nitrate can be taken up by plants, so you can either let the plants grow, snip the plants off, and that's how you remove nitrate, or you can do water changes. So, to summarize, we have an aquarium with plants and a very happy fish. We feed the fish, and the fish then excretes waste. This waste in the form of ammonium is converted into nitrite, then into nitrate, and this nitrate can either be taken up by plants, in which we indirectly remove the nitrate by trimming the plants, or we can do water changes. And as an indicator of what levels nitrate you would want in your tank, for example, for a highly planted tank, you would want around 50 ppm. If you have no plants, then you should just keep that number as low as possible. Alright, let's dive deeper into the process of nitrification, because we can subdivide it even further into nitritation and nitration. Alright, so we're gonna use a bit of stoichiometry. That's a difficult word. So the first step is nitritation, and this is where ammonium is converted into nitrite using 3 oxygen molecules per 2 NH4, so that's ammonium. We end up with 2 nitrites, 2 hydrogen molecules, and 2 water molecules. And then in nitration, we use the 2 nitrite molecules from before, together with 1 oxygen molecule, and then we end up with nitrate, NO3. You see that in both reactions, oxygen is used. This is referred to as an aerobic reaction, as it needs oxygen. And then the opposite would be anaerobic. So this is important to know, because this means that a well-circulated substrate or filter has a higher nitrification capability than, let's say, a clogged up filter. So to increase the nitrification ability of your tank, I would suggest to use a filter that is cleaned regularly, and also creates a good flow. Now, this doesn't mean that no filter tanks cannot function. You can think of Diane Wallstedt tanks, of course. But it is important to know that you do need oxygen for the nitrification process. So keep that in mind. The opposite from nitrification would be denitrification. And in this process, nitrate is converted into N2, nitrogen gas. In the end, in the overall nitrogen cycle, N2, the gas, is again fixated in plants, eaten up proteins, and you get the whole cycle again. But that raises the question, who or what causes these reactions to take place? It was first thought that mainly bacteria were responsible for the denitrification and nitrification process. But as it turns out, archaea are also highly important for this process. And our archaea are kind of like bacteria, but not the same. While both are one-celled microorganisms that lack a nucleus, they are classified into two different domains. Now, lastly, I would like to go over some cool scientific stuff regarding the nitrogen cycle, starting with this paper published in the Journal of Exotic Pet Medicine. So in this study, 5 quick start products were tested, and these quick start products advertise you to add fish straight away because they add nitrifying bacteria. So they had 6 tanks, and they added a product of, which you can see there, from API, Tetra, in each tank, and they had one control in which nothing was put. As it turns out, only the product of Tetra seemed to have actually lowered the ammonium levels. The other 4 had no significant change from the control group. Based on this study, that would mean that if you do want to quick start and immediately add the fish, it seems that Tetra would be your best bet. It is important to note, also the study mentioned this, that maybe something went wrong during delivery or maybe during transport, that the bacteria could have died. But in these 5 trials, they did not find anything except for the one in Tetra, which is of course odd, and you should keep an eye out on that. Another very cool thing to discuss are the Anamox bacteria. Anamox stands for anaerobic ammonium oxidizing. These bacteria play a hugely important part in the nitrogen cycle in our freshwater bodies and in our oceans. And the cool thing is they can directly convert NH4 ammonium into nitrogen gas, and they don't need oxygen for it. In wastewater treatments, these Anamox bacteria are actually actively added to speed up the process and to end up with nitrogen gas instead of nitrate, which is something that is still in the water. And that makes you wonder, of course, well, could they be added into aquarium systems? Now, this study showed that in a large aquarium in Tennessee, there was no proof of these Anamox bacteria in the filtration systems. However, just like the wastewater treatments, a study from 2006 reported a successful Anamox activity in fixed film biofilters. Now, this means that there is a potential for a product built specifically for these Anamox bacteria. However, it is necessary for plants to have nitrate in your tank. So if you have plants in a tank, it is not advised. But it is cool if you don't have plants to not have to do any water changes. So, to summarize, we add nitrogen to our tanks by adding fertilizers or by feeding our fish protein, which is ultimately excreted as ammonium. Bacteria and archaea are responsible for the conversion of ammonium into nitrates through nitrites. Nitrates are much less toxic than ammonium and can be taken up by plants or be manually removed by doing water changes. And through the process of denitrification, nitrate is converted into nitrogen gas, which is ultimately fixated into the plants and into the proteins that we feed our fish. Thanks so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments down below what you think of this video. If you still have any questions or if something still remains unclear, then please, you can ask them and I'll be happy to help you. If you like this video, then please hit the like button, as it really does help. Also, subscribe if you would like to, and then I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.